Hello everyone, my name's Kane and welcome back to more The Legend Heroes Trails to Azure. Last time... You know what? No. I can't say what happened last time because I don't think I could do it justice. So much happened. So much story happened that I don't think I could ever possibly hope to do it justice if I try explaining it myself. So you know what? No. We're not going to explain what happened last time. I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it justice even if I tried. We're just going to jump into it. On to the final chapter, I think. We're on Merkaba's. So now we need to start getting our friends again. We've at least got Wazi. And we've got Wazi and Zite, so we need to still find Tio, Ellie, and Randy, and hopefully Noelle. I know I got real angry with Noelle last time, and there is a part of me that is still upset with her, but at the same time, I realize now that I'm more calmed down after the story's ended that, yeah, she's in a tough situation, so I can't say I'm completely surprised by how she's acting.
We'll take care of the ions for our parts. This is the plan. You guys be careful up there.
Same to you, headed to contact. Oh, pardon me. Thousand Hand Guardian. Finally! We finally get Kevin's new title. I remember that at the end of the third game, they actually changed. Kevin asked to have his name changed, but we never got to actually see what it was. But now we do. His new title is the Thousand Hand Guardian. That's a very interesting new name. It may not be your title anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't live up to it every now and then.
I guess not.
I gather that you derived your new title from the legendary Thousand Arms herself, Rufina Argent. It is very fitting, Father Kevin.
Thanks.
Sounds like a long story.
Hey, Lloyd. The going's about to get tough, so hang in there, right? Okay? Crossbow being in the spot it is, I wouldn't count on any outside help swooping in to save the day. If I have one piece of advice, it's this. Don't forget the bonds you made along the way. You'll need them.
Bonds have made. Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
May Idios watch over you, Lloyd. And give Ellie my regards when you come to her aid.
Right. I'll make sure I do. We gotta save everybody now. What's going on?
I've activated the optical camouflage. Keep in mind, the effect itself is not infallible. Our top speed has also been reduced as a drawback.
In short, if we try to fly into restricted airspace at this speed, the ion geared toward mobility will catch us in no time. We won't stand a chance in a direct confrontation. That's why we're going to have to play Merkaba Unit 5. We're going to have Merkaba Unit 5 play decoy.
So what you're saying is they'll give us the opening we need to infiltrate.
Show us what the Grails to protect us can do, then.
Can we actually hear what Zite says now that he's started talking to us normally? Is it no longer just Tio and Tia? Man, so much has happened. Alright. There it is. Gordius class tactical Archasm prototype, ion type beta. Be careful, please. Kevin, please. They're just trying to play decoy so that we can get in, at least. They shouldn't be trying to actually take this thing out. Alright, we're in the clear. Let's move. Finale. The path we chose. The end to the Crossbill saga, huh? Let's begin. Alright, Wazi. You, me, Zite, and Abbas. As well as your two friends. Or no, is it just Abbas in here? No, you got your friends in here, too. Alright. So first order of business should be getting our team back together, right?
We managed to slip through, but from the looks of it, the lab crossbow is already integrated with the Septarian. If we're not careful, the ions will come after us again.
So there's a limit to how much we can rely on this airship.
Correct. Were we to land, the size of the craft would readily betray our presence to the network of Pleroma Grass.
Exactly. So getting us on the ground is going to be a hassle.
So it does seem like we can now understand Zite.
To combat that, I plan to use a blind spot outside the septium veins reaches.
Blind spot.
By nature, the septium veins influence is large enough to span the breadth of the land. However, even among the streams of septium veins, there yet exist small regions free of their purview.
I think I get it.
So if we land in one of those gaps, we won't be noticed. That's about the size of it. As it so happens, the point we're at now is exactly the kind of spot we've been looking for.
Sandbar on Ursula Road. It's the same area where that cryptid appeared. But how'd you figure out this was a safe zone so quickly?
Because we picked the grass and removed it, isn't it? Abbas and I already scouted it out beforehand, obviously. Once things in Crossbow went south, we set up a little parlor trick and made our escape.
So that's where you went. I was wondering, where the hell... Whatever. Water under the bridge. Except the bridge is also flooded.
How very thorough of you.
To be fair, this is the only place like it we know of so far. In the future, we'll have to find other blind spots where we can land. Now then, what's the plan? There's no way for us to get into the city, what with that barrier around it.
I know that. Still, I think it would be best to get our feet on the ground. I want to get a feel for what's going on down there with my own eyes. Every little bit counts. We can also use this opportunity to check on the situation at St. Ursula Hospital.
Fair enough.
And descend we shall.
It's kind of weird having you talk.
What troubles you?
I know it's a little late to ask, but why exactly are you going out of your way to help us, Zite?
There's a little something I heard about the dragon that appeared during the library incident.
Yeah. The dragon technically wasn't even supposed to intervene until, like... The only reason that the dragon intervened in the end was because technically the incident was over. The second that the library arc started collapsing, then the dragon had no obligation to be on standby. But, Zite, assuming you're under the same kind of rules, you're kind of interfering right now.
Basically, you holy beasts aren't allowed to interfere with the fates of the Septarians, right?
Oh, does it have something to do with the fact that this is technically an artificial Septarian? This isn't the Septarian of Mirage, it's a Septarian of Zero. By that logic, it's not technically an original Septarian, so does that technically allow him to help?
Just so. That is a provision of the covenant we have made. However, as the Septarian Mirage has long since been lost, my duty has already come to an end. With those shackles removed, I am permitted to act more freely.
So it is basically what I'm thinking. It's true that the Septarian of Zero is a Septarian, but it's not an original one. And the pact that the divine animals seem to have, or divine creatures, only applies to the original Septarians. Any new ones that are created by other people? Nuh-uh.
Lending a modicum of help to the children of man should be within my bounds.
And that's how it is.
You aren't gonna get, like, punished or anything, right, Zite? Is that why you helped us back during the Warhound case back then?
You assume correctly. I cannot give you my indefinite support, but I can grant you my aid for the time being. You may simply consider this a part of my role as a police dog if that so pleases you.
Sure. We're glad to have you on board.
That's right. The three of us are going to have to make do on our own for now. When you're ready to disembark, just let Abbas know and he'll take us down. The Macabre also offers a few facilities at your disposal. Feel free to bother the crew for new equipment or supplies, or if you want to use the Orbital Factory.
Got it. Thanks. Wazi and Zai have joined the party. Zai's a party member. Ooh. Wazi learned the S-Craft Akashic Arm. Sure. Zai has temporarily joined the party. As he does not use an Enigma 2, you cannot customize his quartz. He does, however, have access to high-level arts. Beware that Zai does not possess an S-Craft. Additionally, you will only be able to control Lloyd while aboard the Merkaba. All other members will be on standby within the ship. You will, however, still be able to manage all members' equipment in the camp menu and browse on their behalf at the shop and factory. Okay, thanks. So let's take a look at everything. So, first off, Bruh. I have to redo everybody's freaking gear. I don't even remember what you had, Wazi. I'm gonna be real with you. What did you have? I want to say you had the crow? I'm gonna go with the crow. I don't think you had Heaven's Eye. Actually, you didn't have any of this shit. What? What arts do you have, Zai? I can't look here. Great. What does the dog wear? No. These are better. Rigid gears. Oh god, having all my equipment redistributed is making it painful. Here, you can have the True Gladiator Belt, and then take... I guess let's prevent instant death for now. So, give me... Holy Chain. Hard Jerky, Zai only, a gift from the kids in the city, very, very chewy. Rich fragrance, an expensive shampoo that results in a sleek coat. Protector, Mysterious Defense. A part of Zite's SSS gear provides foot protection, leather harness. The SSS cleans it every now and then. And Fang Collar has a CPD tag on it. That's funny. Anyways, back to my issue of what did you have, Waz? Because I don't for the life of me remember. I want to say you had Attack 3 at the very least. I don't think you had Voice Breaker. I can imagine you having hit? Although... if you have EP Cut 3, then maybe I should take advantage of your... Wazzy. You know what? Screw it. We'll just keep that for now. Is it a good setup? No. Will I have to change it later? Undoubtedly. Akashic Arm obliviates life itself with a hollow arm manifested via stigma. Oh, I cannot wait to see that. You have new stuff. Last Rebellion. Wait, no, that's not new. Weiss card? There was a shining white card that recovers an ally's HP. Hey, why is it Weiss? Why Weiss? Wait. Phoenix Rush. Area large, burn 25%. Overruns enemy lines with Spirits of Flame. Gale Force Fang. Bores through foes with a Razor Sharp Charge. And Alpha Roar. Strength and defense minus 25%. Ooh. Nice.
It's a good thing we found that gap between the Septium Veins' influence on Ursula Road before things went down. But from now on, we'll have to manually detect other blind spots around the state if we want to land elsewhere. The Macabre is short-handed as it is, so we're not exactly in an enviable position.
That much is clear. All we can do is take this one step at a time. Finding our comrades, bringing Kia back, even in the most optimistic circumstances. I know it isn't going to be easy.
That it won't. So for now, we'll just have to go do things the hard way.
Buy equipment. Pentagon. Okay. Equip. And these are just worse. I have so many, like, bad... I don't actually know... You know, I'm not going to sell anything, because I don't even know what I have at this point that hasn't been... I don't know.
Nice to meet you. My name is Ventos. I'm an squire with the church. I'm in charge of managing the ship's equipment. We have plenty of gear and accessories in stock, so let me know if you need anything before starting operation.
Only have you... They only have you handling all that? It sounds like you guys are pretty strapped for personnel.
To be fair, we were out of action for the longest time until Father Wazzy suddenly called on us. It was all we could do to pull together a skeleton crew on such short notice.
But it was pretty urgent. It's been 2 years since we all worked together. I've really missed bossing all of you around.
Right. I just get back to work.
Working for Wazzy must be tough. I'll bet he'd have a lot to talk about with the Testaments. Rest in nap room. There's Abbas. It said to talk to Abbas if we're ready. Zai!
So we're headed to St. Ursula Hospital, are we?
Zai?
You mean remind me? I was merely reminiscing. Speaking of which, we have been allies for many moons now. Yet in spite of that, I believe this will be the first time we travel the highway together.
You're right. Funny how that works, huh? Still, there's a first time for everything. We'll be counting on you down there, Zai.
Indeed. I look forward to observing your much-vaunted leadership abilities as well. Beware that I am unable to utilize those orbments, as you call them, during battle. However, as a Divine Wolf, I can perform a number of skills and crafts that will prove useful to you, just as they have in the past. As far as leadership goes, I will once again be deferring to you, Lloyd.
Alright, fair enough. Where's down this path? Aha! Court stuff. Gotcha. This is where we can get all our court stuff dealt with.
You're the leader of the special support section, right? My name's Juno. I'm in charge of the engine room aboard the Merkaba Unit 9. I can also handle synthesizing quartz and tuning your battle armaments here at our orbital factory.
Really? I train squires to do that.
I've always been good with my hands as it so happens. I enjoy this kind of work. Now that Ouroboros has shown their cards, the church can't overlook their involvement. I hope we can work together to resolve this detective bannings.
Of course, we're counting on you. Alright, seems like there's not really a whole lot to do on the ship, but then again, it's not a big ship to begin with, so I'm not surprised. Alright. Shall we move?
Have you figured out a new...
Yeah, we decided we're going to land here for now. I have to say, though, you and Wazzy being in the Grawl Splitter was a heck of a surprise. I feel like an idiot for not nosing it for the entirety of Zero and Azure so far. Like, my goodness. I should have noticed something. The Second Testament was shown to be their name.
It was for the sake of deceiving Archbishop Aralda. He's a detractor of ours due to an inter-congregational conflict. Simply put, the thought process was that no one would expect a Dominion to pose as the head of a street gang.
It sure shit worked on me. And I guess it worked. Though come to think of it, you guys did name your group the Testaments, not to mention all the crusades you went on.
I suppose we did. I thought we would be less conspicuous if we were intentionally a crude imitation.
I can't deny that. You doubled down so hard on your shtick, no one would have ever guessed it was authentic. Anyway, are we good to land anywhere, whenever?
Yes, the spot we are aiming for has already been pinpointed. You only need to say the word.
Let's land. So, we can only land in specified spots right now. Sandbar. Here we go. I'm a bit intimidated to see what the land oh god. It's already bad here. And it's gonna... I think the R's are going to keep monitoring the situation from above.
That's the plan. They're more likely to be discovered if they stay at ground level. Now then. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium.
What are you... Oh, it's just like what Sister Marble did. Oh.
I see. You're employing the Graal's thaumaturgy for this.
Earth's amber glow. Space's golden glow. Your congruent natures, a form anew a sanctuary to protect this chariot from ever watchful eyes.
What the... What is this?
A warp circle capable of stabilizing the gap within the septium vein's influence. It's also invisible to anyone who hasn't been aboard the Merkaba. Impressive, no? In any case, it should last us for the time being.
I'm speechless. I guess it's finally dawning on me that you're really one of the Church's knights. After working with you for so long, it's been tough to actually picture you that way. I figured the way that they were talking at some point that maybe he would have been part of some sort of freaking like Jaeger Corps, especially with the strength that he exhibited. But no.
I'm still the cool, calm, and collected playboy you've always known, Lloyd. But never mind that. What's our next move? Should we try heading to St. Ursula?
Yeah, I'd like to confirm the situation there while we're in the area. It would also wouldn't hurt to at least scout out the path toward Crossbill City to see what it's like.
I'm fine with that as well. However, be aware that cryptids have begun to appear on the highways due to the pleroma grass. It would be wise to tread carefully.
Duly noted.
Then let's be off.
It's still kind of weird having you talk. Examining warp circles will return you to the Merkaba. Speak to Abbas and select the destination on the map to travel to that warp circle. The number of available warp circles will increase throughout the story. Gotcha. You know, it kind of sucks that Still and Joshua had to leave at the end of Zero, because God, it would have been nice to have them during this entire situation. Ugh. It would have been so nice to have them help. Okay, so these guys are still weak. But I imagine there's probably going to be some new enemies out and about that I want to take a look at, if there are. Probably some things that I can get some experience off of, but these guys all look the same. Yeah, you're the same. I'm expecting to run into something new, at least. So far, no. Surprisingly. No, all these guys look the exact same.
The only thing that's different is the land. It's just covered in pleroma grass.
Oh, wait, that's different. That's definitely different. You're not supposed to be out here normally. Okay, so things have changed.
Zai! Kill!
Zeit. Seventh shot. Okay. Still weak. Still weak. The fluffy one. I can't kill you, can I? Oh well. What did it? Sparkling mightily. At this rate, I'm just glad to have gone observed.
Crap! What do you mean you just appear out of nowhere?
The Eleanor again.
You can't just appear out of nowhere like that!
Alright, this guy again. Ah. Shadow Blade, Demonic Blade, Last Disaster, a glint of light mercilessly collapses space and enemies. Around enemies, Avalon Gate, Tear All, Athelos, Holy Breath, Celestial, revives and heals all. Analyze, Adamantine Guard, Chrono Drive, and Hull Sphere. You have some interesting moves, Zeit. Okay, weakest to Mirage. Alright, Avalon Gate. Ow. Help, Wazzy. At this rate, what I should do... It's gonna be easier if I just stick everyone together so we can easily heal everybody. And just spam Mirages whenever I can. That's not cool. Okay, good. This'll work. Wait, I could have just done it with... Whatever. I'll put Calamity Claw on you. Would you cut it out? Wazzy, I'm gonna move you over here so we can work with this. I kinda wanna see it, I'm gonna be real with you. Kashik Arm. Oh my... What's Oh my goodness! What was... Wazzy, where the hell have you been hiding this shit? Thank you. Nope. Maybe I need more Mirage. It also just now occurs to me, we're probably going to have the Mirage element. We're going to have all the elements appear everywhere now, aren't we? Because of the Pleroma grass everywhere. That's nice. I want to see what this stuff... No, I can't. With an unusual billiard ball technique, now is not the time. Wazzy, we're in the middle of a fight. Stop playing pool. Alright, this should kill. Well, next turn should kill. Never mind, this turn should kill. Alright. Krill level 4. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that one really got the jump on us. If cryptids are appearing on the highways, there's no way any buses are running to the cities, right? I can't imagine they are. Though I doubt the defense force would have much trouble coming and going in those armored cars of theirs. But without them, there's no way to get to the hospital. The citizens' health must be suffering for it.
Yes, that's a natural conclusion. Ursula herself must be looking down at us in grief.
Ursula? You mean the same woman from the Saying the White Wolf? Wait, don't tell me the White Wolf from that story was you, Zai!
The tale of a young caretaker who was marked for death by a feudal lord, but wound up inspiring him instead. She's considered a saint in the church's canon, too.
Yes, and in life she was a compassionate young woman. However, she did not lose her life as the story depicts, but rather escaped death. She would then come to marry the knight who spared her. In fact, the descendants still live in these lands.
Really? Please tell me the knights are not Ouroboros.
Truth is often stranger than fiction.
I just want to get my teammates back, man. Look, over there. A defense force unit.
They got in the hospital. The timing couldn't be worse.
We can't afford to have the soldiers spot us out here.
Right, it'd be easier to just avoid them. That said, we have no way of knowing when the gaps in their patrol routes.
I believe Tio's within the hospital.
Tio! What? What?
Are you certain?
Yes, I can pick up a faint trace of her scent. However, I do not believe there to be any other SSS members there.
Tio, don't tell me. Was she hurt? She's not there to be treated, is she?
Alas, my nose does have its limits. However, I cannot deny that I share your sentiment of concern.
What should we do? We're busted in.
I may have a little trick up my sleeve. If I pull this one off, we should be able to confront the soldiers without them calling for reinforcements.
Really?
No? I should have known you already had a plan in mind.
You flatter me. What's your call, Lloyd?
Do it. You don't even have to ask. One of our own needs us. We're going. Not about to pass up an opportunity to get Tio back.
And let us be off.
Yeah, we'll be in and out like a boat from a sapphire blue.
Yeah, come here. Rush in.
This is boring. Why do we have to get assigned on watch duty here of all places? There's barely even anything to watch.
Quit complaining. Being except Fugitive from the SS is still on the lam.
What's a single dev gonna do if he shows up here? He'd be done for. Besides, if he has any common sense, he'd probably booked it to the state from the state by now. Still, I heard they had some kind of crazy monster bail now. They say it ate up the entire 4th Regiment. You don't suppose it's true? It sounds like a little bold to me. But enough about that. If we're here, we may as well check on how Elliott's doing. He's still hospitalized, right?
Yeah, she should be. She was banged up pretty bad back then. I hope she makes a speedy recovery.
At least we can agree on that. Howdy, boys.
Lloyd Bennings!
Yes, he showed up here. And just who are you calling a monster exactly?
I'll give them a break. It's an easy mistake to make up with your true form.
I'd rather not to have to fight you. But if you insist on making us force our way through, then we're gonna do just that.
Cheeky little. They're outnumbered. Neutralize a lot of them.
Get over here, you asshole. Give me Tio back. If you hurt a single hair on her, you're dead. I don't care anymore about getting your... I don't care anymore if I'm getting your stuff or not. About getting scans or whatever. You will perish.
So strong.
I guess it's my turn now.
A medal from the Grossritter.
Sapphire seal of mine, shining from the abyss. It's joined with conscience silver's glow and confirms them false memories.
What are you doing? What's happening?
Is a technique employed by the church that utilizes the power of suggestion. Though I can sense that that is not the only esoteric force he's applying.
Not long ago, you confirmed that a large cryptid was approaching this location. You managed to exterminate, but due to the wounds you sustained, you decided to return to base. You made no contact with Bannings, nor were there any signs that he could be arriving soon.
No sign of Bannings. See ya!
Tio, please! How in the...
Manipulation to that extent should not be possible through mere suggestion. I might presume this technique relies on the power of your stigma.
No keeping secrets from a holy beast, is there?
Stigma? What is your stigma?
Yeah, it's not something I like to talk about, really. Past traumas and so on. That aside, what I did has its limits. The effect will only last 2, maybe 3 days at most. We can't rely on this too much. The defense force will be looking for any signs of it once they figure it out.
Makes sense. Keep it in mind.
Wazi? Zai?
Please, Cecile? Tio! Tio!
You seem to be doing well.
Well, would you look at that? That's some much-needed good news.
Did they hurt you? Thank goodness, when I found you were in the hospital, I assumed the worst. You're okay, right? You weren't injured or anything, were you?
Lloyd? Really you, Lloyd?
What is that breastplate made of? You're gonna puncture my lungs!
Where have you been this whole time? I heard they put you in prison, but... It was all over the horrible net. They said you escaped and that the soldiers were chasing you down.
Oh, Tio.
I've been so worried.
Oh, Tio. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you like that. But I'm okay. Everything's gonna be alright. Zai and Wazi helped me return to Crossbell. So you can relax now. I'm here.
Ah, isn't this so romantic?
Who is it?
It's a shame we have to interrupt them.
Who? Cecile? Fran! Cecile and Fran!
Funny meeting you here, Lloyd. I'm so glad you're safe. You have no idea how concerned I was, Lloyd.
Sorry about that. I know I've caused you all some grief. Anyway, you look great, Fran. Like you're back at 100%.
Yep, my injuries are all healed up now. Have been for a while, actually. But because of everything going on, I haven't been able to go back to work.
That explains why you're still here. Still, I'm glad you're doing better.
Incidentally, Wazi, why are you dressed that way? And Zai, what are you doing here?
It's a bit of a long story.
Long or not, they deserve a proper explanation of everything that has happened until now.
Huh? Did he just...
Oh, you guys can hear him too now.
What's the matter?
You really can't tell?
Oh, I see. You've always been able to understand him, so you still haven't noticed, have you? Zai? Why are you speaking in human tongue?
Trying to figure out how to do emotion in Tio's voice because I'm so used to not. But I'm so happy you're alright!
How did things come to this? It's all so complicated, I can't even begin to unpack it. I think this would happen to the crossbell we call home. We understand how the past first day has led to our present situation. Both in regards to the crisis we're in, as well as what's happened to Kia.
Yeah. Right now, there are only two things I want. First is uncover the truth of the unanswered questions we still have. The second is to bring everyone back together, and that includes Kia. a world full of goals to choose from, and you picked the two most impractical ones.
Would you expect any less from him?
That's right. Even prison cannot change the kind of person Lloyd is. With that said, I completely share his sentiments. As a member of the SSS, but more importantly as one of Kia's guardians, her family, I will be coming with you to fight.
Thank you, Tio. I wouldn't have it any other way. Come to think of it, how did you wind up at St. Ursula of all places?
I was brought here by Arius, on Maribel's orders, I suspect. They divide the members of the SSS into different locations before placing us under surveillance. As for why, I believe they suspect that if we were all imprisoned together, we would band as one and attempt to dissuade Kia.
Well, they're not wrong, and they're gonna fail regardless. In that case, we're gonna have to search everywhere we can to track down Ellie and Randy.
There's also the possibility that they're currently in Crossbill City, which would make reaching them impossible. Then again, the fact that Tio is here means there's a good chance they're both elsewhere in the state. That's true. Assuming Kia's in the city, they would want to keep you four as far away from her as possible. I have a question. Can I come with you guys too?
Fran! What are you...
Fran? Where's this coming from? I know I can't fight on the front lines like the rest of you. I can still be your operator just like it was before.
Actually, that's not impossible, is it? If she was on the Merkaba, she'd be perfectly safe. And she could do her job from there, I'd imagine.
You meant to tell me about using Wazi's airship to get around, didn't you?
Yeah, she would be safe in the Merkaba.
Perfect! I can help you on there while you're on the ground, please?
Fran.
Should we, Lloyd?
Well, I'll admit the Merkaba is short on staff. We could use the help. But I'll leave the decision in your hands, Lloyd. Let's be clear. Right now, your sister's loyalty lies with the Defense Force, Fran. Coming with us means going up against Noelle. Are you really okay with that?
Yes! Yes, I am! Obviously, I don't want to fight Noe. But even still, I have a job to do as a member of the CPD. I can't just stand back and watch all this happen in my home.
I understand. Alright then. We're happy to welcome you aboard, Fran.
Yes! Thank you for doing this, Lloyd. It's good to have you back, Fran.
Better than good for Abbas. His workload is about to go down drastically.
It sounds like everything is settled then.
Yeah, I guess that means it's time for us to head out, Cecile.
Of course. Promise me you'll be careful out there. Sadly, there isn't much I can do to help you directly right now. After all, my place is here at the hospital. But even so, I'll be praying for your safety.
Thank you. That's more than enough.
Thank you for everything, Cecile. You took such good care of me. I owe you my life. Literally. Now, keep crying like that and you'll spoil that cute little face of yours. Come to think of it, Fran, don't you have things to pack before you leave with them? You should prepare for a change of clothes at the very least. Oh, you're right. I need to get all my stuff together. Sorry guys, I'll get it done as quick as I can, so sit tight.
I feel a little better already having Tio back and seeing Cecile and Fran doing good as well.
Things will be much livelier on board with her around.
Of course, part of the reason I was in favor of it was for the sake of the Merkaba's morale.
Oh, one more thing just came to mind. While you're waiting for her, why not take this opportunity to say hi to Inspector Donovan and Ilya?
Are they awake? Wait, what? You mean they're...
That's right. They both woke up not too long.
Yes!
Sadly, Ilya's still in no condition to be on her feet. Inspector Donovan is recovering well, however.
Thank goodness they're both doing better. I think it's a great idea. We'll save off our boredom while we wait for Fran, if nothing else. Yeah, let's go see him.
Allow me to join you.
I will wait here for you to finish. My presence would likely cause the patients a fair bit of alarm.
If you say so, buddy. Tia! I want to cry. I feel genuine tears in my eyes, damn it. Seeing them do good is making me happy to a depressing degree. Gosh dang, I have actual tears in my... Stop it. I don't even know what I want you to have, honestly. I guess Mega Duda? And of course, all your quartz have been swapped. Master quartz, I don't remember what you had. You probably had Pixie, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. We'll give you... Wazi, we're gonna fix up your thing finally. I think you had Evade 3 for some reason. I'm gonna say you had Evade 3, and we're gonna give this to... We're gonna give you Mind 3. We're gonna give you... EP Cut 3. We're gonna give you EP 3. And we'll give you Defense 3. And then one more thing. Yeah, cast 2. There we go. That feels right for her. Yeah, I like that. Galleon Tower, Soul Blur, Aerial, Heat Wave, Ice, Gorgon Breath, Lunar Craze, blah blah blah. Yep, this looks right. This looks right. Oh, it feels so good to have you back. God, stop crying, Kate. Just give me the stupid book. Let me go see Donovan and Ilya, please. I've been so scared about these characters being okay or not. Ilya! 302. Donovan!
Oh, it's alright time for the nurse to take your temperature again.
Come on in.
Harness. What's up? Donovan!
Well, B, Bennings, Atmosphere, what are you doing here?
It's great to see you again, Inspector Donovan.
And who do we have here? A lovely lady friend of yours? We could always come back later if you prefer a little privacy together.
Yeah, I finally wake up after being in a coma for who knows how long, and this is how you greet me?
Adios is watching, Father Wazi.
This is Farah, Inspector Donovan's wife. She has been staying here at the hospital to help take care of him. It's nice to meet you too. Thank you for always helping out my Donnie. I've heard a lot about the SS from him and Tio. You sound like quite the motley group.
Your praise honors me. I'm not so sure what it was. That's what it was.
Good thing you two are here because I've got questions I need answering. Just what's going on up there?
Of course. Well, let me start at the beginning. A lot.
Oh, city of Arteria. Things are a lot more serious than I thought. The way it sounds, I'm guessing you'll be better off if HQ doesn't know anything about this little conversation.
If you wouldn't mind.
It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm not the fugitive here. Fugitive?
Never mind that. Inspector, has anyone from Crossville City been in contact with you since you woke up?
Well, Raymond did come to visit, and he told me a little bit about what's going on. From what I gathered, CBD's been consolidating into that new defense force as one of its lower branches. Their day-to-day is still the same for the most part, but they've basically been relegated to doing chores in the city.
I assumed as much. That's the only way it could have gone, really, with the way the president set this up.
But wasn't there any pushback? I mean, surely not everyone in the department's okay with this. I don't know about Vice Commissioner Pierre, but I can't imagine Chief Sergey or Dudley are fine with it.
Well, just between you and me, it seems Sergey, Dudley, and Raymond, and some of the folks in the Metropolitan Division are up to something.
What?
And what would that be?
You didn't hear this from me. They're buying their time, waiting for an opportunity to flip everything on its head.
They're not decided to just roll over and take it on the chin. Which means that not all hope is lost.
Yeah, but getting in contact is going to prove difficult. Let's just leave the city to them. We need to work on breaking this deadlock in another way, from outside the barrier.
Good call. You kids are fighting an uphill battle, but know that I'm rooting for you. Once I'm healthy, I plan to head back up there and give Sergey and the boys a hand.
Honey, if you must, but let your colleagues handle it for now. You need your rest first. I'm not letting you set one foot out of this hospital until you've made a full recovery. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, dear.
I've never heard anyone talk to him like this.
The inspector is no match for his wife, as I've come to understand. Love comes in many forms. I would say Donny Boy is a lucky man.
I'm glad to see he's doing good. Now, I gotta know.
Here you guys are!
Hey! Hey, friend. See you dressed for the occasion. You all done packing?
You betcha. How do I look? I've missed seeing you in your uniform, Fran. Welcome back to the force. I've missed it too. Were you visiting Inspector Donovan just now?
Yeah, we just finished catching up. Are you gonna do the same?
That's right. I couldn't just leave without saying goodbye to him. He saved my life during the raid, after all. I don't think I could ever thank him enough for that.
We understand. You go do what you have to. We'll wait up.
Thanks. See you guys in a bit.
Well, while she does that, why don't we go check in with Ilya? Yeah, sounds good. Ilya! Please! Ilya!
Visitors? Who is it? You can come in. Please excuse us.
Ilya!
Hello there, Tio. Did you bring Well, if it isn't my favorite little guy. And you're Wazi, right? I'll chalk that lapse up to the injury.
It really has been a long time, Ilya. Sorry for the sudden visit. I didn't know we were going to get the chance to come see you.
Don't be ridiculous, silly. You three take a seat and make yourselves comfortable. You're welcome to help yourself to the sweets that fans have been sending me. The cookie shouldn't be too stale, I'm sure. Cookies acquired.
Damn. She instantly locked in.
I hadn't realized just how tight of a spot you guys are in. It's crazy to think how far Crossbell's fallen in the time since the raid.
Yeah.
No one would blame you if you thought you were still dreaming right now. The frustration of not being able to move my legs is sobering enough, thank you very much. If only I could walk out there and see the state Arkansas is in with my own eyes.
Hey, Ilya. About your condition. How's it looking?
Oh, that. Dr. Salen told me that so far she doesn't know whether I'll ever be able to walk again. Though on the bright side, that means she didn't rule it out either.
I thought that might be the case. Damn.
Oh, enough of the long faces, you two. Are you trying to bump me out? Listen here, if I become convinced that it's impossible for me to ever walk again, then it might as well be, right?
What?
This is no different than working the stage. I have a goal to pursue the way I always have. So no matter how painful or hopeless it might seem, as long as I've got a ray of hope, then that's my spotlight at the end of the tunnel. So don't go giving up on me. I sure won't.
Even with all that's happened, you are still admirable to the last.
You're really something else. Am I? I don't think I said anything all of that out of the ordinary. Besides, I think what all of you are trying to accomplish is a lot harder than what I'm going through.
Is it?
Put into perspective, it's hard to ignore just how difficult our path is going to be. Then take a page from my book and don't shy away. People will do whatever it takes to fight for what matters most to them. I think that's what makes us human, no matter how we may differ in strength.
What makes us human?
Well put. Though I'll admit, I'm a bit greedier than most. Good enough isn't good enough for yours truly. Still, I don't think I'm the only one like that. Same could be said of all of our troop members. Including Rexia, of course.
Ilya.
Do me a favor. If you see her, there's a message I want you to pass along. What is it that matters most to you? Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear?
Sure thing. I'll make sure Rixie hears that if we manage to find her.
I'll hold you to it.
Alright.
She's a character, isn't she? That fervent dancer Monica follows her even when she's in no shape to dance. It would seem her role as the Sun Princess extends beyond the stage.
At this rate, she'll find a way to start dancing with just her hands.
I've had a chance to speak with her several times since I became stranded at the hospital.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I was horrified that Tia was gonna be, like, experimented on again. When they mentioned that, I swear to God, that fear was rage-inducing.
It would have been a challenge keeping myself together if not for her and Seal.
I'm glad they were here then. That said, now we're gonna have to track down Rixia too.
Easier said than done.
That's going to come down to
Idios as well, more likely than not. Shall we head back and check in on Fran?
Yeah, she must be ready by now. Alright, let's get out of here. After Lloyd and the others met back up with Zai, they said their goodbyes to Sealed and left St. Ursula Hospital. Time to get this show on the road. One teammate reacquired. Ah! On their way back, Wazi discovered another blind spot in the septium veins influence just in front of the hospital. He placed a second warp circle there, making it possible for the Merkaba to travel to St. Ursula and pick them up. Gotcha! That's handy. With Tio and Fran aboard, the team is now able to track wanted monsters and other requests along the highways for the Merkaba's terminal. The terminal can be found in the Merkaba's lower cabin. Be sure to check it when you have the time. I'm going to talk about that because the guide actually has something it says regarding that. But first, let's go through SideQuest. Oh, Ari feels so much better and we don't even have the Iris back.
New blind spot in the septium veins influence detected. I will relay you the data. Okie dokie. Coordinates identified. It's in northeastern Crossbell, near Morka village.
Impressive. Judging by what we heard last episode, it sounds like Randy's gonna be after... It seems like we're gonna go after Ellie next, because Randy seems to be in mains, it sounds like.
These two are quite helpful. Plato's sensory receptivity is valuable in itself, but having a dedicated operator has raised the ship's overall efficacy as well.
I'm still flying high on the seat of my pants, honestly. Searching for places we can land will be much easier with you on the crew. So what now? Would you like to head to our new landing point?
But yeah, we should go confirm the situation in Armorican village too.
Full speed ahead. Destination Armorican airspace.
Course set. Maintaining high alert.
Aha, I'm not... Okay, so... Okay, first off, if I talk to you...
I was just showing me how to use the ship's main terminal. Surprisingly, the Merkaba systems were designed by none other than the Epstein Foundation.
Wait, really?
There's no mistaking it. I do recall spotting church officials visiting the Foundation's headquarters in the past. Have the two truly been collaborating all this time?
Yes, though naturally it is off the record. This Merkaba is powered by what is known as the Heavenly Chariot, an artifact capable of providing flight-based transport. After the Orbital Revolution, we worked with the Foundation to refurbish it into what you see now, using the Heavenly Chariot as an engine.
Heavenly Chariot? That's the name Zeit muttered the first time you guys showed me at the ship on Tangram Hill.
You may as well know that the Church has also assisted with the development of battle ornaments, among other technologies. The orbital arts you all use have their foundations in the Church's thaumaturgy.
Fascinating.
So even Orbital arts... You know, it makes sense thinking about it that arts would have some connection to the Church, but... Basically, it sounds like arts are another form of thaumaturgy, albeit a much weaker and watered-down, diluted version to where it's almost unrecognizable, but... It's still technically there, it sounds like.
It should go without saying, but be aware that this information is strictly confidential. I trust you won't do anything to compromise that.
Of course, we wouldn't dream it.
You have my word as well. Lloyd, do you have a moment? I wanted to give you this.
Tio's pom-pom party account. Is this your personal pom party account?
Indeed. I thought it might provide a fun distraction from our current predicament. Feel free to challenge me at any time. I'd be more than happy to obliterate you.
Wow, alright, you're on. Tio's confident in her pom party skills, and that's putting it lightly. I'll have to give it all I've got to stand a chance. So, first thing I want to talk about is that pom party thing. Apparently, I've missed something. There is something you get for beating every single pom party person, and with Tio being the last one, which apparently, if you beat every single pom party opponent, your reward, thankfully we can actually check it in the list here, your reward is the fact that it's not actually shown in here. AKA, this is lying to me. Oh, never mind, it's right there. The Magius Master Quartz. Arts damage up as HP drops. I'm okay without it. I'll be fine without that. So, we can't get that anymore. That is just flat out of our reach. The other thing is, the guide actually does note that... The game does note that you can do side quests right now. So I think, you can do all your side quests. Oh, where do I check them? Down here? Aha! Oh, it feels so good to see you there. Okay, so yeah, we do have these here. That being said, the guide recommends that you don't that we don't do this right now. That we don't do any of these. We've got time to do them. We'll open these up at the very least. They're all long. The guide recommends that you at least get your other party members back before doing them. And honestly, I heavily agree with that. I probably wouldn't be cool with doing all this without all my party members returned. So, I'm quite happy with it.
Now that Tio and Fran are aboard, we'll be able to make better use of the Merkaba's capabilities. We could only do so much to look for those landing spots otherwise. Having the two of them with us is going to be a big windfall. Maybe Adios herself is the one who guided us back to them so quickly.
I should check equipment. That's what you currently have. Are these like... No, they're not upgraded variants. Anyways, we've got a full team now. Oh. Alright, I assume next up is probably going to be saving Ellie. So, in that case, we're next up, are Morka. Travel to Merkaba. Morka Village. Let's go check it out. God, it's bad here. Holy... Wow, it's not good.
We managed to disembark well enough. Look at what's happened to their lotus fields.
Yeah, there's nothing but Pleroma grass now, as far as the eye can see.
This must be a byproduct of Kia's awakening. Zai, are there any cryptids nearby?
I do not sense any for the moment. We should be able to use that warp circle without fear of them attacking.
Good to know. Now that we're here, let's start by visiting with Chief Toda.
A wise decision.
Chief.
I see. You've been through quite a whirlwind these past few weeks. I have to say, you really gave me a scare walking in here with that wolf of yours.
Sorry about that.
My apologies. It was not my intention to frighten you.
That's all right. Though in my wildest dreams, I think I'd have the honor of meeting the divine wolf of legend in person. Thankfully, the defense force has largely ignored our village. You'll be safe here. Feel free to stay as long as you need to.
We appreciate that, Chief Toda.
Seconded. Thank you for your hospitality. There are many people back at the hospital who were critical of President Croy's actions. From what I can tell, he hasn't exactly received the warmest reception yet, either, has he?
Well, our village has always had a tenuous connection to the state's more bureaucratic matters. Even after independence was declared, I can't say it stoked much of a response from us. Though I will say that our harvests have been down thanks to the appearance of those cryptids. As I mentioned, the defense force seldom ventures here, so you can expect they haven't been much of help to us.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Their negligence is shameful.
Those who dwell in the city have always been ignorant of their fellow men in these outlying settlements. However, the degree to which they have taken their election is inexcusable.
Indeed. If I may be frank, I have a hard time seeing myself falling in line with the president's ambitions. That said, the opinion of our little village is nothing compared to the masses in the city. To tell you the truth, we're rather lost in the weeds about all this.
That's understandable.
We'll keep an eye out for any cryptids while we're here. Aside from that, have you had any other pressing issues lately? I would hope the situation hasn't stirred any civil unrest among the villagers.
Not at all. Thankfully, things haven't come to that. The village has pulled together to see itself through this crisis as best we can. Having Harold and his family here to help us has been a real godsend, too.
Harold?
You mean Mr. Hayworth? He came here with his wife and child, then?
That's right. They arrived just before that barrier went up.
Thank goodness.
The travel restrictions were put into place on the highway soon after, so they've been lodging here ever since.
That makes sense.
Haywoods are staying on the second floor of the Astro Inn. You're welcome to pay them a visit if you'd like.
We'll be sure to do that.
It's been a while. Let's go check up on them.
Shall we? God, it just feels so sad what's happened to Crossbell. Especially here. God. There's basically more Pleroma grass than there is normal. At least by the looks of it, it doesn't look like any of it's in the city. Well, actually, it's pretty damn close to the city. I feel like it's only a matter of time before it actually spreads to the city. Or, sorry, the village. Let's go see the Hayworths. Harold? Hey? Hey! Mr. Hayworth! Hey!
Whoa, look at the big doggy! Well, what a surprise!
Is that you, Lloyd? Thank goodness you're alright.
It's good to see you too, Mr. Hayworth.
Big doggy? Would that child be referring to me?
I consider it an apt description.
Who says a divine wolf can't double as a cutesy-wootsy puppy dog?
I take major offense to this. I can't tell you how concerned I was when I first heard you were arrested, Lloyd. And then I find out you had become a fugitive on top of that. It's no small relief to know that you're safe.
Sorry for worrying you.
Is it just the three of you right now? Where are the other SS members? We are separated due to unfortunate circumstances. As of yet, we have no leads on the locations of the rest of our team. Oh, I'm so sorry you hear that.
From what we've heard, the three of you were here at the time the barrier went up around the city.
That we were. We didn't have the slightest clue what was happening that day. Strict travel restrictions have been in place ever since, so we've been unable to return to the city.
I don't know what we would have done if not for the hospitality of the villagers. The innkeeper has been gracious enough to let us stay here until the restrictions are lifted. And the children of the village have been friendly to Colin as well.
Yeah, me, Camille, and Polly play there a whole lot. You can come hang out with us too next time, Mr. Doggy.
I shall consider it. I'd appreciate that. In any case, I've been doing whatever I can to repay the village for its kindness. My area of expertise isn't good for much at the moment, apart from negotiating with the CDF when they visit on patrol.
No need to sell yourself short. That task is as important as any, given the situation. Villagers are likely much better off with a skilled trader being their point of contact.
I'll take your word for it. I just remembered. I heard something from the defense force that might interest you.
What might that be?
They said an unidentified rebel group has been active in the area. Apparently several defense force units have already been attacked.
They have? Really? Well, you know who it is? I bet you I know who it is. Judging by a cutscene, judging by things that have happened previously, it's probably Heiyu. The reason I'm thinking it's Heiyu is because there was that side quest we had at the Sun Fort where Heiyu was watching us and they wanted to turn the Sun Fort to their base. If there's been attacks on the CDF around here, then it's probably from Heiyu from the Sun Fort. Assuming that they have taken up residence somewhere in the Sun Fort, away from the eyes of, well, everyone that probably is protecting that damn bell.
All things considered, I'm surprised anyone has the stones to do that. It would be preferable if we knew who they were, but this is welcome information all the same.
Agreed. We should look into this. Mr. Hayworth, do you have any idea where these rebels were sighted last?
I was told the best of operations is centered upon the ancient battlefield right off to Old Morocco's road. The CDF had regularly been patrolling the area, but they have yet to discover any other leads. The ancient battlefield of Omorka, the locus of immeasurable bloodshed, as well as the cult's former stronghold. The ruins there hold numerous hidden passages. They would make an ideal hideout for a band of insurgents.
Wandering in here and there may be dangerous. Let's make sure we prepare before we leave the village. If it is Heiyu, then maybe we can find Rixia.
So, up to the ancient battlefield, eh?
Yeah, we may not know who these rebels are, but I think it's something worth finding out. They may be willing to work together with us.
I agree. We have little to lose in seeing them out.
And we shall make haste at once.
Especially if it's Rixia. Again, I think it's going to be Heiyu. We saw Heiyu there, so... Oh, God. I at least have a ranged version attack now, but... Also, these enemies have returned. The blade things in this area. Absolute zero. Phoenix Rush. What are you doing? Even I'm not that bad at this. Stop moving around, do something. There's a unique monster there. Did I say unique? I meant extermination request. Xenoblade. Alright. I imagine we're gonna have to fight somebody here. I don't know if it really will be. It's bad here too. Ancient battlefield. There's paroma grass growing all the way out here too.
Hardly surprising considering this is where the cult decided to set up shop. According to what Mr. Hayworth told us, the defense force has been ambushed here a multitude of times.
I'm detecting lingering scents in the air, though their sources have concealed themselves. I cannot identify them exactly, but I can assure you they are not to be trifled with.
Duly noted. Keep your guards up. There's still the threat of crypt disappearing.
Roger. Alonzi.
What do I even say to this? Vampiric Thorn? Well, I'm just gonna make it so that we don't have to worry about this. You do not give any experience. You are worthless. Oh, hey, some of these enemies are familiar, actually. I just realized. Interesting. I'ma go this way. Because this is where that, one area was. This one down here. I don't know if this is where I have to go, but I'm assuming it is. Because there was this door down here. Knock, knock. Nope. I wasted time. I just remembered the door and I was thinking like, hey, if there's gonna be a secret base anywhere, it's gonna be the locked door, surely. Alright, let's go to the bell itself, which I think is a terrible idea, mind you. The second we get close to that bell, there's a good chance that a knight or somebody's gonna try and appear. I feel like we're eventually gonna have to fight the Arianhod, aren't we? I get the feeling that's gonna be one of the big lead-ups in this game. Heck, she could be the final boss for all I know. I wouldn't be surprised if an Anguis was chosen as the final boss for the game. I mean, it sure worked for freaking... sure shit worked for Weiss. What's that sound? Oh, crap. Shoot.
A trap, and we walked right into it.
Crap! Red Constellation.
Red Constellation.
These must be the ones whose scent I caught wind of. And here we were, feeling all down ourselves for coming up empty-handed. Good thing some fresh new game just landed square into our laps. Commander Randall's buddies, huh? President of the Defense Force owe us big time if we bring him in.
6 Jaegers and four military monsters.
Look alive, men. Prey's at its most dangerous when it's cornered. We'll take this nice and slow. Make sure to neutralize them one by one. Think you might stand toe-to-toe against the Red Constellation? That shows what you got, it says.
With pleasure.
Do whatever it takes to break their lines.
Surrounded. Akashic Arm. That didn't do anything. Ow. Ow. Bro? Energy circle. Seven shot. Avalon Gate. Not chance. Where do you think you're going? That works. Alright, that's one wave down.
Very good.
Defense force doesn't even begin to compare to these brutes.
You didn't become the best. You don't become the best Jaegers by playing soldier. We storm battlefields across the whole damn continent and make them our own. Just against those Orb force jumps in a genuine fight and they fall apart. So that wolf yours could turn into whatever monster wants even. We just saw him down like any art piece.
Would you now?
So you know Sight's true form too. Maybe it would have been wise to contact Abbas before coming here.
You ain't getting out here no matter what you do. No chance, Gehenna. We can keep putting you through the ringer, you can just give up now.
No voice, you say? I expected you hoodlums to know your surroundings better than this. Cow.
What? What the? Cow? Golly! I thought you booked it out here ages ago.
Correction. You merely failed to apprehend us. Who?
Lao! Oh! Spineless bastards! Go back down, men! We have them outnumbered and... Brixia! Yin! So you're still in Crossville after all. You're outnumbered.
If bringing so few Jaegers is your idea of a joke, your sense of humor is sorely lacking. You do well not to underestimate Heiyu.
Son of a... Let's remove...
Out of consideration for our guests, we will do the courier thing and allow you to leave this time. However, when next you return, I recommend bringing a more sizable force.
Please tell them to bring the Scarlet Ogre or Bloody Shirley along with you. The festivities simply wouldn't be complete without them.
You'll regret this once we have your heads on a pike. Open the gate! Withdraw! Cowards.
Had a feeling it would be them.
Over at last. I was a little too close for comfort.
Always happy to be of service. Cow. And I especially want to see Brixia.
We meet again, Detective Bannings and friends. It's been far too long.
Cow, and
Rixia.
so that's where you at. You've been with them the whole time.
Yes. This area is too exposed. We should take this conversation elsewhere.
But of course, considering the nature of this long-awaited reunion, why don't we head to a venue with a more pleasant view? The bell. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So this is where you've been hiding around since the raid.
Correct. The Gold's Old Lodge made for a convenient refuge, ironically enough. We were even able to observe Ouroboros tinkering with that giant bell as a result. Then Professor Novaris was here as well. The same bell that hung in Central Square was used in this ritual to complete the Septarian of Zero. There's no doubt in my mind that was an artifact this entire time.
It would seem they returned it to the city once they were done here. We have Heiyu have been the only ones occupying this area ever since. Master Yin being the exception, of course.
Brixia.
Please, Lloyd. I know this is a lot to ask, but could you find in yourself to overlook what I've done? The crimes I commit in this land? Not allow myself to be captured. But I intend to at least return to Covert and spare you any further trouble. After I settle the score, that is. You mean...
You're seeking revenge.
Those monsters stole something more precious than any other. An irreplaceable star. The sun that gave everyone hope. I cannot forgive it. I cannot forget.
Which is why she so gracefully re-entered into a contract with us. We'll be working side by side to oppose the Red Constellation, as we should. Stay out of this. Listen to me, Rixia. Are you aware that Ilya's awakened from her coma?
Is that true? Yes, she regained consciousness immediately after the phenomenon on the President's inauguration day. While she has yet to fully recover, she is nonetheless awake and alert, as lively as she ever was. Ayos above. Thank you. Thank you for granting her your mercy.
Well, isn't that splendid? But you left out an important detail. I'm told that she's paralyzed from the waist down and may never walk again, much less perform out on stage. Ow.
You knew this entire time, didn't you?
But of course I did. However, Master Yin explicitly requested to remain ignorant as to Miss Pelletiers' condition.
So naturally, I complied.
Please, Master Cal, hold your tongue. You must understand this, Master Yin. Master Cal withheld that information to spare your heart the turmoil.
Save your excuses. I've already made up my mind. Once I sell this, I will leave Crossbell, never to return. Excellent. Heyu looks forward to your continued cooperation. You all should consider pitching in as well, SSS. While our goals may be different, we share a common foe. It would be for the welfare of us both to join forces in these trying times, wouldn't you agree?
I think I can, actually. On one condition. Rixia comes with us.
Lloyd,
Is that right?
Rixia, I have a message for you from Ilya. What is it that matters most to you?
Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear?
I wish she's been through. Ilya refused to let any of it get her down. At first, I thought she was only putting on a brave face. The truth quickly became clear to me. Ilya Platier will dance again. She believes so with all her heart. It'll be an uphill battle the whole way, but she's already prepared to make the climb.
she has sort of faith in herself. That kind of drive is difficult to attain, to put it bluntly. All the same, her determination was infectious.
Ilya's decided what she wants, and she's doing everything she can to get back on that stage. So, Rixia, what matters most to you? Revenge against the Red Constellation? The legacy of Yin that you inherited? Could it be...
I know what you want me to say, but I just can't. All my life, I've walked a blood-stained path bathed in shadows. These stains, I'll never be rid of them.
That's besides the point, Rixia. All I want to hear is that... Here is what it is that matters most to you. What do you hold nearest and dearest to your heart? What is the single thing above all others that drives you to live?
It's Arkansas! I want to dance on that stage again! With Ilya, with Sully, with everyone else! It's all I want!
Well, I'm glad. That's about what I expected. I thought so.
Master Cal.
Exceptional as always, Detective Bannings. You've certainly made a mess of my plans, haven't you? Or rather, perhaps it would have been more apt to say that Miss Platier won the day. I admit my defeat. Congratulations on your victory and well done.
Cow.
I can't say I'm very sorry about it. And you shouldn't be. Truth be told, I'm absolutely fuming. But for the sake of our collaboration, I'll swallow my pride and let it go. That's Yin. Or rather, Rixia Mao. Consider our current contract with Heyu null and void. Yes! You know what, Kel? You're a piece of shit. But you're strangely a piece of shit that I can respect in a weird way. I leave you to your discretion. You're a strange piece of shit that I can somehow respect.
Thank you, Cal.
You do have to remember that I have only given up on this one time. I, as well as Heyu, have greater aspirations, and your strength factors into that. In the meantime, do take care. I wish you the best in returning to the stage you hold so dear.
I will not falter. That's some of your finest work yet, Lloyd.
You think? Full of surprises, isn't he? A silver tongue like his is worth its weight in gold.
It's abundantly clear why that divine child is so attached to you.
Easy, guys. I was only the messenger this time. I'm just glad we could fulfill Ilya's request. One question, Detective Bannings. Just where do you suppose I could direct this frustration of mine? You want to direct us at Red Constellation? Come again? Why don't I lay it out this way? Since you prevented Rixia from working with us, it would only be fair that you join us in her stead. With a little training, you'd be quite the asset on our front lines. What?
Oh, are you serious?
Master Cal makes a fair point. Your Tomf expertise would be greatly enhanced
were you to cultivate a mastery of our martial arts.
That's flattering, but I couldn't.
I thought you'd have gotten used to being headhunted by now. Well, Brandis, why not consider joining the Grosser? Perks include more quality time with yours truly.
That better been a joke, Wazzy.
And so, Loy and the SSS formed a temporary alliance with Heyu. Each group promised to aid each other in the event of an emergency, as well as share information on any breaking developments. At last, Yin, Rixia Mao, made her decision. In order to pursue her life's newfound purpose, she would join forces with the Special Support Section!
Yes! I'm so happy. I'm gonna cry.
New blind spot detected. Relaying the data now, friend. Heard. Found it. It's in northwestern Crossville. Halfway up Maine's mountain path to be exact.
Sounds like we might be getting Randy then. It's near Mains. That broadens the scope of our operations quite a bit. Though I'm sure the enemy is starting to catch on to us by now.
If I'm not mistaken, there's been a resistance group separate from Heyu operating in the Maine's area. Supposedly the one in charge is an ex-CGF guardsman who opposed the establishment of the defense force.
Couldn't be.
Wait, really?
We simply assumed that all the guardsmen were assimilated into the CDF.
Could it be Noel?
Their motivations for defecting are understandable. The Red Constellation is being allowed to roam free, despite having thoroughly decimated the Guardian Force. Those who could see through the treachery would not stand for it.
And maybe Noi's there with them.
Sorry, but I seriously doubt it. We saw the choice Noel made. She was prepared to protect Crossbow no matter what. I don't think she would waver from that decision so easily.
You're probably right. Noi's always been as strong as a horse and as stubborn as one to boot. Fran.
Back to the matter at hand, I think making contact with this resistance would be for the best. The cooperation could be just as valuable as Hayes. Agreed. We should touch down as soon as we can. But before that, Rixia, do you want us to stop by St. Ursula?
Huh?
I think I really wanted to see you. I know it's still complicated, but we could always visit her together if you want.
No, I'm going to have to decline. I'm still not ready to stand in front of Ilya with my head held high. At the very least, I want to wait until after we've taken back Crossville City and Arkansas first.
You know what? Fair enough. I respect it.
That's disappointing to hear, but we understand how you feel. I'm sorry. Truly. If you have urgent business to take care of at St. Ursula, I do not mind disembarking with you. But unfortunately, I will not be going any further than the front gate of the hospital.
As long as you're okay with it. It's a shame, but at least this proves that Rixie is not the cold-blooded killer she thinks she has to be.
Yes!
Lloyd and Rixia learn Twin Dragon Strike. Interesting. Well, first off, Orbments, we finally get to take a look at your stuff. You have EP3, Mind 3, Speed Breaker, Hit 2, Information Detection, of which information is getting instantly replaced by something else. I guess I can give you Confuse, maybe? This gives 2... Wait, hang on. I might be able to work with this. In a very roundabout way. I could give you this. You get to keep Avalon Gate, and you get some other ice, water-based moves. Sure, we can work with that. And what's your Master Quartz? Phantom 3. Raises speed and grants a strength ATS and speed boost in battle. Do you think it could be Randy then at the CGF, if it's an ex-CGF guardsman? Or even Mirabelle? Or heck, it could even be freaking, it could be either Duggo or friggin', Bale. It technically could be any of them. Also, I'm very, very, very sorry, Zite, but you're out of the team. I am very sorry. But no, we are absolutely using you. As if that was ever a not an option. In addition, Rixia, Kurosugumi, a sword as dark as night, cries out when it draws blood. That's terrifying. Why is your thing speaking? I spotted Rixie on the deck. Seemed to have her head in the clouds a bit. Arkansas, Heyu, her duty is in. I'm sure the girl has the law in her mind. Why not go out there and lend her an ear? Maybe even give her some advice. You never know. You may just raise a romance flag or two.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What kind of ulterior motives do you think I have?
At any rate, you would never know if a girl like Rixia was in or not. Was in if not for that getup. Her real personality is so plain and unassuming. You might even call it a natural camouflage. Sleepy time.
Elias finally regained consciousness. I couldn't be more thrilled about that.
It's not too late, Rixia. When you're ready to see her face to face, just say the word. I promise we'll find time to head back to St. Ursula the moment you do.
Thank you, Lloyd. I appreciate the concern. But right now, my focus is on liberating Crossville City and the rest of Arkansas. There's still work to be done before I can proudly stand in front of Ilya and tell her the truth.
Fair enough. That's all the more reason to free the city as quickly as we can. And when we do, I know you'll be able to face Ilya with your head held high. I intend to give my very best for everybody who's counting on us, Kia and Ilya included. Are you with me, Rexia?
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. I learned of Resistance's location through the intel I intercepted from the Defense Force while I was hiding out in the ancient battlefield. Thinking back on that reminds me, I'm still indebted to Heiyu in more ways than one. It's a shame that my contract with them couldn't have been voided on more amiable terms. Someday, I'll make sure to repay Kao and his people for everything they've done for me.
It really is strange how Kao is supposed to be someone we need to hate, considering the team he's on, which is, he's technically an evil team, and yet I can't bring myself to hate the man. The dude's been more helpful than not.
Heading to the mountain path reminds me of that your former pack is located there. Are they divine wolves too?
No, no. They're only ordinary wolves. Even so, I consider them my kith and kin. They and their ancestors have followed me for generations, ever since Ursula walked this soil.
So they are like family to you. It's no wonder you were able to intimidate Revaché's warhounds so easily back when we first met. Do you suppose your pack is still alright?
There's no need to fret. I made sure to give them a detailed instructions before my departure. Imagine they're watching things unfold from a safe distance, even as we speak.
I wonder what Zeit's former pack is doing right now. It'd be reassuring to have them on our side as well.
My pack has been watching over Crossville since the days when Ursula walked its soil. Rest assured they're likely monitoring the current situation even as we speak.
It feels good to have our team back. I gave you the wrong thing. I was about to say, wait, something feels wrong. That's what feels wrong. Upgrade your damn sauce. I was gonna say, something feels wrong here, and I couldn't pinpoint it. Right, the fact that you can't use anything. Alright, in that case... The guide still doesn't mention to do side quests yet, and I want to get Ellie and Tio back. Or Randy back. Tio, yes. Hello, Tio. I think we're gonna get Randy back at this rate next, though. Travel to Merkaba. Alright, going to the yeah, actually, wait. I'm actually curious. What happens if we do go to the doll studio? Hang on. I said that on accident. But this is close to the doll studio.
The resistance group are looking for someone on the mountain path. Shall we head toward the mining village to start?
I am worried about the state of things in Mainz. Before that... Yeah!
Don't tell me. You're thinking of visiting a certain someone along the way? The Rosenberg studio, one of the 13 factories. The Meister said he would speak to us if he felt inclined. Is that so? As it happens, I once tried to infiltrate the workshop myself. But the lower floors were so labyrinthine that I had to give up on the operation.
I'm not sure that that's for better or worse.
Jorg. It's been many moons since last we met, but I hear he's doing well for himself.
Zai, what do you mean you know Jor? What?
Zai, you're acquainted with the Meister?
Yeah, what the hell do you mean?
We are vaguely aware of each other's circumstances, to say the least. He may be aligned with those serpents, but he is nevertheless a craftsman of tradition and integrity. I have no doubt that he is someone we can trust.
Well, if he's got Zayt's approval, then I'm okay with it. Really now.
Well, I'll drop by then. I'd love to hear more about the society. Shall we make a detour there before continuing the mains?
Yeah, let's head over. Except let's not. Let's board the Merkaba. So, there are actually a bunch of events that I forgot to check that I hope we can still look at.
So Noe really is sticking with the CDF, huh? Even though she knows that means fighting against us?
Last I spoke to her, yes. Her resolve was firm as steel. Even now, I'm not sure what made Noelle so set on taking that path. It feels like there's more to it than just this recent string of events.
You're probably right. If I had to guess, it all comes back to our dad passing away when we were kids. He was hit by a misfire during a Republican Army training drill at the Eastern Border.
Ew. What? You're telling me that's the accident your father passed away in 10 years ago?
I was still little at the time, so I don't have all the details straight. But from what they told us, a stray bullet from the Republican Army exercise struck my dad by mistake while he was on guard duty.
That's terrible.
Given Crosswell's situation, though, there was no way to really push his death as a major issue.
I see. I think I get it now. In that case, that makes a hell of a lot more sense why Noelle would stick with the CDF. In a way, she's never been able to get her revenge against the Republic for what they did to her father. It's technically their fault that her father got killed. So, yeah, I see what's happening here then. And in a way, I can't even say I blame her. This is her one chance to get revenge on the people who killed her own father. Of course she's gonna take it. That's only to be expected. She just doesn't realize that it's not gonna end at taking over Calvert and punishing them. It's gonna end up with the rest of innocent people's lives being taken over.
In the end, it was swept under the rug as just another accident. Our mom was heartbroken, but she ultimately accepted it as part of the risk that came with this job. But Noe, I don't think she ever did. It probably still haunts her, even after all this time.
You might be right, Fran. I feel like I have a better understanding of why Noelle is so determined to protect Crossbell now. I understand then. I was really pissy with her back during the last episode with everything that happened. But again, I was also running on soul emotion just then, during that time, so I wasn't really even thinking straight. But now knowing the circumstances, I can't say I blame her 1 second. And I just feel bad. Well, there's another event that we can actually go to observe. And thankfully the Ancient Battlefield has a fast travel to it. Let's go up to see Cal. Apparently there's an event back here, assuming that advancing the story in the way that I did didn't just automatically null and void the event. Sounds like I have to go down here according to the guide, so I do go down here for something. Cal? Hey, Lau! Oh, you're that guy from Heyu.
Indeed, Detective Bennings. Master Kao is ready to see you in our hideout now. Are you ready to meet with him?
You know what, screw it.
Very well. Please, follow me. I'll guide you to Master Kao.
You guys really did just turn this place into your own, didn't you? It's kind of funny, honestly. Hey, Cal.
I thank you most graciously for your visit, ladies and gentlemen. You especially, Mr. Bannings. I had a feeling you'd be back. Changed your mind about joining Heyu, have you?
Not particularly, no. Anyway, I take you've all been lying low in the sun fort this entire time?
Yes, there are many facilities here that the cult left abandoned. It makes for a very convenient hideaway. Even the defense force in the Red Constellation would find it difficult to make their way inside. I wouldn't count on them discovering the secret passageway you arrived by either. I'd have to agree with you there. The route Lau scored us through had more twists and turns than an Arkansas performance.
True. Even after traversing it, we would be hard-pressed returning here on our own.
It was by design.
Pay no mind, my friends. But please, do try to keep this information to yourselves.
Is all of Heiyu staying here for right now?
Yes, we've withdrawn for the moment. I intend to bide my time and observe what happens from here on out. There's also the simple fact that until something is done about the barrier around the city, our hands are tied. As things stand, facing both the Defense Force and the Red Constellation would be too great a risk even for us. Then again, with Master Yin among our ranks, perhaps we could find an alternative solution. I can't imagine it'd be a peaceful one. Something tells me she wouldn't be keen on blooding her hands past the point of no return to strong-arm things in your favor. Oh, I never openly suggested any such thing, but you can imagine what you will. Doesn't matter. Let Arixia's with us, but we'll make sure that she never has to walk a path like that again.
Floyd. Here. Our fight is for the sake of Kia's freedom. She would never accept Rixia participating in a massacre, even if it ended the crisis.
Moreover, life is ever unpredictable. Taking drastic measures far from guarantees your desired outcome. You should bear that in mind that the enemy can manipulate the Divine Child's miracles. Such dire straits as these necessitate an alternative course of action.
I'm well aware. There's no point in even fantasizing about a full-scale conflict without a primary peace on the board. Truth be told, I'm counting on each of you to bring an end to this newfound status quo for all of our sakes. So please, do run circles around the prison's little cabinet until they come crashing into the dirt where they belong.
Yeah, just leave it at us.
And I hope that, if it comes to it, you'll be there to lend us a hand.
I wish you well.
My, such compassionate words, Master Yin. I suppose there's a first for everything. Now, if you'll excuse me, this brings our little gathering to an end. Now, if you could guide them safely back the way they came, please.
Yes.
Received a burst door for Cal as a parting gift.
Yeah, take this vial of juice that I just found in this place. It was in a weird talking treasure chest in the back.
You're welcome to come and visit us after the situation has improved. When the time is right, return to me and I shall guide you to Master Cal. Until then, farewell.
I really can't hate Heiyu. They've kind of just been cool. I mean, sure, they've been assholes at the same time, but at the same time, I don't know. I just can't bring myself to hate Heiyu the same way that I can bring myself to hate Revichet and the Red Constellation. Heiyu's just kind of cool. Sure, they're assholes, but they're cool assholes? Does that make sense? It feels weird when I say it, but it's true. Anyways, those are the events that apparently we can view. Let's see. Apparently there is another thing that you could do if you go to a boathouse, but I think we might not be able to get it because we didn't do any of the fishing stuff, unfortunately. But, oh well. Let's actually continue with story for a bit now. Alright, here we go. Alright. Jorg. If Zeit says we can trust him, then I'm willing to trust him. Zeit's been always a good judge, it seems, so I'm more than happy to trust Jorg if Zeit is. Here we are. I just hope he's in right now.
Considering the situation, I doubt he's been able to go anywhere else.
That's right. I haven't.
Jorg. What the?
A speaking tube.
I had a hunch you'd be showing up soon.
Yep, the doll again.
That guide doll again.
Come in. Well, I shouldn't have to remind you. Be aware that I cannot guarantee you your safety if you stray from the little one.
Alright.
Cautious as always, that man.
Well, at least he's to the point. Saves us time. Let's head inside.
After you.
Alright. Let me in. Jorg, what are you doing to Potter Mater?
You even brought a guest in tow. An exceptionally elusive one at that. You spent some time, Divine Wolf. That it has, child of man. You've aged far worse than I have.
Damn, what the hell, Zai? Why?
What the hell? I don't even have to search. God. I could kill you here. And you're still involved with those serpents from the looks of it. Some bonds never break, even after departing this earthly realm. The same could be said of the pact that bounds you, could it not? Just so.
Something about this seems a bit removed from our comprehension.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like they're talking about the world we know anymore. Now I want to have a story involving friggin' Jorg, and I want to know what his whole deal is. Like, what the hell?
Aside, you also brought a dominion of the Grossritter, as well as the demon of the Eastern Court who tried to break in here. It is quite a motley little menagerie you've set up for yourselves.
You're telling us.
My apologies for that, by the way.
Meister Jorg, we're doing all we can to fight it back against everything that's happening right now. Is there anything you can tell us that would help? Specifically, anything related about the Society's recent activity?
As I'm sure you've surmised by now, the Society's stance in this is simply to cooperate with the Croy family plans. Their focus, the Phantasmal Blaze plan, has already shifted on to the next stage. The Erebonian Empire, to be more precise.
What?
He's right. Another Anguis and multiple enforcers have already begun to act over there. And that's part of why the Grossfitter couldn't spend more manpower for the situation here in Crossbell.
That's not good. I wonder then, is that going to be the plot of the Cold Steel series, dealing with the Phantasmal Blaze plan that's affecting Erebonia? Because again, all I know about the Cold Steel series is that I'm pretty sure that it takes place in Erebonia. It's the Erebonia arc, you could say. So I'm curious then if that means that, that's how, like, that's going to be the story of the Cold Steel arc. Is it going to be the second phase of the Phantasmal Blaze plan?
The continent is experiencing more upheaval than we can imagine right now.
But having said all that, three dangerous figures still remain in this state. Each of them is a prominent member of the Society.
Campanelle the Fool, as well as the two Anguis, Professor Novartis and the woman known as Arianhad.
Just who is she exactly? Her agility, her reflexes, they're unlike anything I've ever seen.
I couldn't tell you where she draws her strength from. However, she's known in society for her incomparable spearmanship, as well as her strict moral code. She is also accompanied by three maids of war, young women whom she discovered and trained herself. And each is said to have strength equivalent to that of an enforcer.
That'd make them as powerful as Ren.
To be fair, being an enforcer involves a lot more than pure combat strength from what I can tell. In any case, that would total out to 6 members of the Society cooperating with the Croy family. A cooperation doesn't necessarily mean active participation, right? Isn't there a chance they won't further involve themselves with the Battle of the Crossbow?
Anything is possible. But I remain wary of that louse Novartis. He is particularly invested in these ions, now they've received the Septarian's power. That is the extent of what I can tell you about their plans.
That's all, huh?
Dealing with them will not be easy. As an aside, there is something I've been wanting to ask you since our last visit.
What are you doing to Potter Mater?
Are you currently performing maintenance on Potter Mater?
Hey!
Just talk.
I've noticed that Jorg was mentioned during the end of Zero, I think, that, or it was either at the end of Zero or near the beginning of this game. But Jorg did some sort of modification to Potter Mater that seems to have made it sentient in a way. Potter Mater can basically think and do its own actions, and we saw that how that happened. We saw an example of that at the end of Zero when Potter Mater refused to take Ren away from Estelle and Joshua. Potter Mater believed that the right decision to do was to give Ren to Estelle and Joshua, so it refused to take Ren away. Instead, Potter Mater just brought Ren straight to them when she tried to jump into its arms.
This is less maintenance and more routine checkup. That jackanape of a professor is also particularly taken by this machine. Fortunately, he's been too focused on his new toy, so I doubt there's anything to worry about. But in the event he returns to steal Potter Mater, I've arranged things so that it can easily escape.
I'll take your word for it.
So in case of emergency, it'll make a flight path straight to Alibro where the Angel of Slaughter is. From the sound of it, though, you and the professor must not get along very well.
You will never hear me deny that.
Cordia series was something I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into.
Wait, you're the one who made it?
Then he stole the development data away, conducted inhumane compatibility tests, and cast all the burden onto Ren. Even if her connection was successful, the trials he put that little girl through are something I can never forgive.
Understandable. So you're the one who actually made the Gordia series, but Novartis is the one that seems to have improved upon it, albeit at the expense of Ren.
It sounds no better than the kind of experience the cult performed.
It really doesn't.
And to top it all off, he went designed successors incapable of operating properly without the power of a Septarian. What nerve and impudence he has to call them the pinnacles of the Gordia series. It took all I had not to wipe that smoke off his face and strangle that chicken neck of his the last time he was here.
Did it now?
Mind yourself, Meister. You always were one to get carried away when it came to defending your creations.
I digress. Regardless of how shameless he is, there's no denying his genius when it comes to technology and applied engineering. I've heard that in addition to remodeling and upgrading the archaisms that I designed, he's figured out how to mass produce them. Supposedly, some have already been deployed to Stargazer Tower and the Moon Temple.
We'll keep that in mind. At least we know what we're coming up against.
This is all news to me. Taking into account the locations in which they've been stationed.
That implies that the Moon Tower and Stargazer Tower are pretty important then.
Are we correct to assume in assuming they are guarding the bells at each ruin?
Likely to not. I've been researching those artifact bells myself. I'll let you know if I come up to any significant conclusions.
So it was kind of easy to predict that earlier, but we've got more official confirmation from Jorg here. It's saying that those bells are indeed artifacts. Why? And it seemed, again, and the power they seem to have is whatever the hell they do to space and time and mirage around it. You do that for us?
Gotta be suspicious. Where's all this generosity coming from?
I'm just as upset by the current state of affairs as you are. There's that upstart Navarre to put in his place, too. Not to mention the mess they made of the pieces I toiled over for my associates at Arkansas.
That's right. The Seiji and Automata at Arkansas were destroyed in the raid.
Indeed, and I intend to personally rebuild every last bit of it for them. All this is to say that I cannot overlook what the Red Constellation has done, nor the head of the Croy family for hiring them. The daughter of the Croy family may be a long-time collector of my works, but that will win her no favor from me.
Taking no prisoners, I see. I understand why you feel that way. Your cooperation would be a tremendous help, to be honest. Please let us know if you learn anything at all about the bells. Alright, we got Jorg on the team at least. Not someone I was honestly anticipating to get on the team, but I'm more than happy for it. Alright.
I consider us lucky enough that he invited us in. I hardly expected we would leave with this partnership, too.
Exactly. We walked out of there with 3 times the amount of stuff that we were expecting, basically. I know what you mean. It only seemed like a society in name, really.
Yes, and that's part of what makes them so hard to grasp. But as far as the old man is concerned, I don't see any reason not to work with him. Let's agree. He's already given us his motivations for helping out.
Knowing Jorg, he will make good on uncovering valuable information in time. I would advise you to put it out of your minds for now and continue forward until he does. That we can do. Okay, let's start making our way to the mine village now. We need to make contact with the resistance group and find out where they stand.
Understood.
Back to the old dusty trail. Alright, let's head back. It's at least nice that we have Jorg. I mean, heck, if needs be, then maybe even Potter Mater will come to our help. At the same time, I would prefer... now I feel like I'm treating Potter Mater like an actual character, but at the same time, I do see Potter Mater as its own character. I don't want Potter Mater to get involved in the fight. Go back to Ren. Just go back to Ren and protect her, alright? Just be friends with Estelle and Joshua. What?
I detect something. Military monsters incoming.
What? Red Constellation?
Yep.
These ones again.
Weapons up!
Who did I just speak as?
Weapons up!
I don't even know why I feel like I spoke as Randy for a second there. I said Red Constellation and spoke as Randy. Oopsie. Blade Cougars. You know what? Twin Dragon we can't hit both. In which case, we will do a Raging Spin. and hopefully get as many... Good music for the Red Constellation still. Twin Dragon Strike. Yes! Awesome.
Oh, that hurt too.
Where do you think you two are going? Blast. Why am I blind again? Ow. What worries me is the fact that these guys are over here. Does that mean that a big chunk of the Red Constellation is occupying mains, like they were trying to earlier? Back off! Huh? Hey! No!
You're fleeing toward the tunnel. Something must be happening near mains. Perhaps the Red Constellation has begun hunting down the resistance.
Crap!
That's certainly a possibility. You think those beasts were being used as the Jaeger's rear guard? A fair assumption. Their withdrawal may have had more purpose behind it than a simple retreat.
We have to get the mains before it's too late. The resistance is in danger, but they're going to need our help. Onward then. Except we're not going to go right now. Instead, we're going to go ahead and end here for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.